good evening. Let's start our session with for the job of computing using the live problem solving session. I am Pandey, PG Scholar, IIT Jodhpur. This is something about me. This is a meeting code you can join, and this is the YouTube link where you will find all the recordings of the sessions. Moving forward, before going to questions, do you have any question related to the like the lectures of the this week? Hello. Okay. So let's take the questions, and I expect you to unmute yourself and answer me. I will not be able to see the chat message when I am taking the class, and you are free to ask questions. Since it is an interactive session, you are most welcome to ask questions and speak up. Okay? So let's start with the first question. What is the correct initialization of tuples? You have read about tuples. Okay, so can anyone help me in this? Which of this will be the correct way to initialize a tuple?
B, sir.
C or B?
B.
B. Okay. So C is the correct way when we are using tuples, simple brackets. Okay. But remember, in of tuples, we had already discussed in one of the class earlier also, when we were extracting the dictionary items. The tuples are something which are fixed throughout the program. You cannot change tuples during the program. So tuples mostly have the use of some constant things which are not going to change during the program. Okay, so B will be the correct answer. Okay, now what operations be done on tuples? Anyone? First one is tuples are appendable. Appendable means thing can be added to it, appended to it.
We cannot do A, sir.
Yeah.
We cannot delete.
Yeah, we cannot delete also.
So it should be D.
D. We can count the number of instances of an element. Count works. Like most of the functions of list, like are applicable in all other data also. Count is applicable in this case, but other like delete, append, pop, insert, these things will not work since it is fixed data. Okay. So now let's move to next our code. Okay. What will be the output of the following code? So in the first line, what we are doing is that we are creating a tuple. Okay. A tuple having values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For I in range -1 to minus of length of 2 t, that is this. So length will be 5. So -1 till -5, decreasing it by -1. So what will be done here?
Option C, sir. Option C.
Option C. Why?
It gives negative list. Negative list from right side onwards.
Yes. So it will start counting right side onwards. But what is the function of this -5 here?
It's the length of the tuple, sir. Length of the tuple.
You are not audible clearly. Yeah.
Length of the tuple, sir.
Length of the tuple. It is fine. Length of the tuple is 5. But why minus? What are we getting by -5? Can anyone try? Anyone else?
-5 is a range, top value, sir. Top value.
Okay. Anyone else can also try?
Sir, externally we are giving minus symbol.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Minus sign we are giving to length function.
Yes.
Giving
So
minus.
we are giving minus of length. It is fine. But can anyone tell what which value is having the index -5 here?
One, sir. One,
No.
1. Okay, good.
sir. One.
Yeah. So we have discussed earlier also that we talk about indexes. The thing in forward direction starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay. But case of reverse direction, it starts with -1, so -2, -3, -4, and -5. So the range is starting with -1. So it is starting with 5. So first should be 5. This is very fine. Then it will go till -5. So -5. Also remember, in case of range, the last value is not taken into consideration. So it will go till here only. This -5 value will not be considered. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you were correct in saying that 12, 4, 3, 2, not 1. Okay. Any confusion till here? Okay. Let's try to code this. Um, in case you have any confusion, you are free to ask. Don't hesitate. So you see, in this case, 4, 3, they are spread in different lines. Can you explain why it is being there in different lines, and what will be the solution if you that it should be in one single line? If I'm hesitant, if you are wrong, it is fine. It is just a trying thing. Yes. Can anyone try? Let me ask. Ritu Huda, can you try to answer?
Sir, could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, the question is, in this case, in the first program you see here, what we are doing is that we are running this and we are seeing that it is printed in different lines, right? 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, first question is, why is it being printed in different lines? And the second question is, what will be a solution to make it something like this, comma 4, comma 3, comma 2, comma 1. Not 1, sorry. 2 1.
Sir, I know the answer of the second one.
Okay.
It is being printed from descending order because we have put minus of length of t.
Yeah, that I've already discussed, right? I am saying how we can print it in one single line.
Why not one? Because one will not be printed. It will be in the reverse order, and that is clear. But
Yeah.
why it will not print one? It is printing up to 5 to 2.
Yeah, it is not printing 1 because we are putting the index as length of t. So as we discussed here, that when it is minus, so the range function is still 1 less than the final value. So in this case, instead of -5, it will reach -4 only. That is why the second last element from the till second element only will be printed. Are you getting it now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Now the next question is, when we are running this, you see it is printing these values in different lines. Can anyone explain how, like, is it actually printing in different lines?
If we use any keyboard, it is print one line. We don't use keyboard line by line.
Yeah. Your voice is actually not very clear, and there is some noise in the background. Yeah.
End keyboard, sir. End keyboard.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Satyanarayan, you were saying something.
Sir, basically it is in the loop, sir, actually in the for loop. So each execution, then it is actually trying to put, it is a line break. So
Yeah,
if you want
so-
actually, if you want in a single line, then the thing is, since it is intended, we cannot do. If print, if we are bringing it to, if you write second line something, and if you print, we are actually bringing to the for f for this thing, then it will come into a single line. So since it is in the loop, it's happening, sir.
Okay. Anyone else have a solution for this?
If we use
end. We can use end.
And yes, very good. So the thing is that remember we discussed, in fact, in the class itself, first or second class, I think, where we said that in any print statement, there are two things which are given by default. That is step, okay, and its by default is space, okay, and another thing is end, and that is always by default \n. That means it is always having a new line. This is by default there. So if you want to, even if you don't write these two things, they will be there. So if you want to change in this case, instead of \n, we will have to put something like comma. Then only it will come in one line. Let's try this. And in fact, we don't need the sep, because sep is only used when we have multiple things being separated by commas inside one print state. Okay. So now you see these things will be separated by commas. Okay. So these are some basic things. Just try to revise things. Otherwise, you will forget. Like these are things which are very easy to forget. Okay. That is why I keep on asking things so that it reminds you. Okay. So is it clear? Mr. Assuming, Tracy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clear? So let's move on to our next question. Okay. What will be the output of the following code? In fact, I have already written, and okay, let me clear these outputs, otherwise. Yeah. So this is the program. Word equals to Facebook and new equals single quotes, nothing inside it. Okay. So what actually this is something we are already giving, and new is something which we just have the like it is an empty string. Okay. Then for doing word, so it is starting to loop one letter at a time. Remember, we have already discussed that whenever we are putting a string in for loop, it starts doing it one letter at a time. Okay. I equals to ORDW. Can anyone tell me what does this do?
It finds the index of, I think, sir. No, not index.
now RTI value of the character. RTI. value of its character.
ASCII value. Okay. One person says index, other have SLU. Anyone else?
Unicode, sir, actually. It gives
Yes.
Unicode of.
Unicode. Just like ASCII, we have Unicode also. Okay, ASCII is American Standard something, I forgot the full form. So ASCII and Unicode. These are two very common coding techniques for characters. Okay, so whenever we are using ORD, what it does, it finds out the Unicode of that single letter. So in a sense, it will give us a number. Okay, it will give us a number. So, and generally it starts with 97, like 97. Okay, so what is it doing is that, you see, it is adding 26 to it. So number of 26 is the number of letters in the English alphabet, A to Z, right? So what is being done here? It is being incremented by 26. Then 97 is being subtracted from it. Then again, it is being divided by 26. And whatever the remainder is there, it is again added to 97. And then this value is added to new. So can anyone try to explain what is happening here? Like, you people understanding what is happening here?
Sir, it will find, first of all, for loop is used to find each character active alpha.
Not ASCII, Unicode value. Yeah. Yeah, move forward. Let's see. Okay, anyone else? So what is it doing actually is that, let's take F first. Okay, so F, the ASCII value of LB, not ASCII, sorry, again, Unicode value of F will be, F is having which position in alphabet? 6. Am I able? Okay. So really what it is doing is that it is adding 26 to it. So in 26 will actually make it a capital, like capital letter, and we are subtracting 97. So now we have the value inside this whole like 20. Suppose instead of starting at 97 or 46, it will come at starting at 1. So A will be assigned 1, B will be assigned 2, C will be assigned 3, like that. And then again, capital A will be assigned 27, like that. It will continuously go on. Then what it is doing, it is finding the modulus with 26. That means it is dividing the value by 26, and whatever is the remainder, like suppose it has increased, the value is 2. So it will divide it by 26 and we will get 6 as the fifth. Okay. Now it is at 97 to 6. That gives us the small letters. Okay. Again. So ideally it is doing, even if we put some capital letters, it will convert it to small letters. In this case, already we have small letters. Okay. So it will give us small letters only. So if we run this, we'll find same Facebook is there. Let's try with some capital letters. In this case, it is doing the reverse. whenever we are putting capital letters, what it is doing, it is going by like in case of Unicode, it is not like ASCII, it is not very continuous. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You are audible.
Yeah. In case of ASCII letters, what happens that we have A to Z, like first capital A, capital Z, followed by small a to small z. But in case of uh, this Unicode, it is not like that. I think start with 44 capital letters. There is some difference. Okay, I don't exactly remember the values. So in this case, you see, when we are putting, we are expecting that it should be capital letter. But since there is some difference, so we are getting some different letters here. Like I think when I put E instead of this, you see E is corresponding to Y here because actually value has some gap, like some 6 or 7 characters. So if I put 7 plus 6, but in that case, if it is capital, it will. If it is small, it will again some issue. But here, this code is ideally returning the same values to us. It is creating a set of numbers, adding 26 to it, doing all the manipulation, and still giving us the same value. Okay. Is it clear or some confusion here?
Got it, sir.
Got it. Okay. Let me just check Unicode.
Sir, in the exam point of it, are we
Yeah.
supposed to remember the ASCII or Unicode values of A to Z?
No.
Caps and low?
No.
Okay.
No. What I understand is these things are nothing to remember. Like they are something that we should understand whenever we are using how to
Understood.
do that.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Alphabets, I think, yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah, capital A is 41 and small a is 61. So there is a difference of 20, right? See, in this case, the difference is 20, not 26. Okay, so we can find that. Okay, now let's move on to our next question. When the program will clap. Okay, so a program has been made in which we are there is something that it should give an output of clap. But this clap, when is it coming? They have to find out. Okay, so first is we are entering a letter between A to Z. Then, like we are saying, please enter letter A to Z. Then we are asking for two inputs, one for player, another for player 2. So it is ideally designed as a two-player game. While true, that means, can anyone tell while true, what will this do? While and then in bracket true. What is this doing?
It will enter into the loop.
Entering the
Into the loop.
yes, infinite loop, right? So in a sense, whenever we are putting while true, it will keep on running. So in such cases, there must be a breakpoint. Okay, in this program also you will see there is a break. Okay, and the break will happen when there is a clap. And when that clap is happening, it is saying player one dot lower. So what is this doing? It will convert whatever you are entering that to a lower case, then adding 1 to it, and then comparing it with the Unicode of the other value, the next layers. And the same thing lower. But in this case, there is a difference. There is no plus being added to the player 2, noc1 to player 2, but there is +1 to the player 1. So if these two are matching, then we are saying print flag and break. That means the program will stop. Else, again ask for input. So can anyone tell which, like, when will it clap? In what condition will it clap? Anyone?
B.
B. When player 2 enters the next letter with respect to player 1. Why next letter? Because we are adding +1. Very good. Okay. So let's try this. I'll be trying different letters. Okay. So let's try S, E. Okay. Then see S and then T is the next letter. So it is giving a clap. In case I entered D, then I entered E, it will again ask for something. E. Same, nothing is happening. D, E. This case, it should clap. Clear? Okay. So now let's come up to our next question. What will be the output of following program? Okay, this we have done. Okay. In this case, we are using the matplotlib. Matplotlib is a library very similar to random and other libraries we have already used. Okay, so what it is doing is it is importing random, like we have imported matplotlib.pyplot.plt. What we are doing here is that we are importing the library, but every time writing such a big nick is not very easy to do. So renaming it as plt. Okay, so wherever we need use this, we will just write plt dot the function. Okay. Then what we are doing is L equals empty list, count equals to 0 for I in range. So we are creating a loop having 10 counts. Guess equals to random.rand. Can anyone tell what is this doing? Line 8.
It will select a random number between 1 to 10.
1 and 10 are included or not included?
Included, sir.
They are included.
Included. Very good. Similarly, pick equals to random.random. So we are generating two randoms, guess and pick. And if guess is not equal to pick, count plus equals to 1. This just check this. Okay, this exclamation mark and equal to. This is for not equal to operator. It is like equal to is double equal, and one exclamation mark and equal to is not equal to. Okay, so if guess is not equal to pick, count plus equals to 1. So it is increasing it by 1. L dot append count. So what we are doing is that we are appending the count. So count at first is 0. So we keep on increasing the value and adding it to list. So if it comes same, in that case, decrease, minus equals to 1. And if it comes same, we'll increase. Okay. And then what we are doing here is plt.plot L. It will plot the values in y direction. It will create a, and plt.show will make it visible to us. Okay. So this is a very important function to plot something, plot graphs and all. And gradually you see nowadays Python is being used a lot in this data handling, where we have a lot of data we need to draw graphs and different things we need to manipulate. We need to process data and these things. Okay, in such cases, this matplotlib is a very useful function. It is just a function of MATLAB. Some of you might have used MATLAB. So it is very similar to the MATLAB function. Just it is being used in case of Python. Okay. So is it clear in this? Okay. So can anyone guess what will happen in this case?
No, option 3.
Yeah, option 3. The graph will go up when guess and pick are not there. Okay. And anyone else? Not same, it will go up. It is. And when same, what will happen?
Sir, when they are same, they go up, sir. When they are not same, they will go down.
No. Yeah, here. In line 11, if guess is not equal to pick. Okay, so when they are not equal,
okay.
count is increasing by 1. Okay?
Not equal to.
Yeah, you are right. Just it has been reversed. Okay, so whenever it is not equal, it will increase. Whenever it is equal, it will decrease. Okay, let's see how the plot will look like. And since this is being generated randomly, you'll see every time the plot will be a bit different. Okay, so that means it was equal only once. Okay, at 6th position, not 6th, 7th position. Okay, now see, in this case, the position have shifted till only once. So the chance of see here in this case, none of the values were similar. So seeing the graph itself, we can understand that none of the values were similar. See here, the second value itself was different. So this is being done randomly. Okay, clear? So the answer should be both B and C. B is also correct, C is also correct. Clear? So now let's talk about NLTK. Heard this NLTK? Anyone who have seen the lectures?
About human language.
Yes, human language processing. It is a toolkit, natural language toolkit. Okay, so it helps to work with human language data. So the it is used to process human language. It is not to convert machine data into human language, not gibberish language. Certainly, like what is the use of? And I think dog, we don't have yet reached that level that we are able to convert dogs language into human language yet. The correct is human language data. This is a very important library, NLTK, Natural Language Toolkit. Okay? It is used to process data like speech recognition, and these things are being implemented using NLTK. Okay. So let's move on to our next question. What is the output of the code? String equals to hey, exclamation marks there. A equals to sorted string, A dot reverse, print A. Can anyone tell?
Option C.
Option C.
C, sir. C.
C. Why?
First of all, it will be sorted. So the string will be sorted, and the sorted string will be reversed.
Yes. So sorted. So for alphabet, it is very clear. The sorting will go like first E will come, then H, R, T, and you see exclamation mark and this special characters are considered before this. Okay, before the alphabet. So it will go at the, and then it is being reversed. So you see here we are not converting the string to a list anywhere. but it is generating a list for us. Why is it being done? Because in any case, any string is actually considered a list only. And whenever we are using the function of a list, it will automatically get converted into a list, and then that function will work on it. Okay, so when we will see the output, actually it will come in the form of a list, that is C. Let's see that. See, in this case, the list is like it is being converted into a list. And if you print string here, you will see that actually print string, the same thing. Before this processing, it will actually give us the word here, there. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any confusion till here? You can ask. You are free to ask. Okay. So the correct answer is C. Very right. Okay. Okay. This is again something theoretical question, you can say. While converting an image into black and white during enhancement, you cannot convert back into a colored image. Is it right or wrong? Anyone who uses like does work with this graphics and all, like post photo editing and these things, they can try. They might be knowing this. You see, using Python, we can also do some functions like you see in some cases you can see there will be grains, there will be it will be of low quality. We can do some processing on images, files, and these things also. So can anyone try this? Okay. See,
I think false. False.
false. Why? Have you tried changing it? Yeah.
No, sir. No. No, sir.
Okay. See, generally, when we talk about an image, like suppose an image, and if you like just if you are on a PC or even on mobile, if you check its details, okay, you will see it will have some pixels, like it will have some length, so pixels. So ideally, you can say it is something like table, okay, and pixel, each pixel have some value, numerical value, and this value actually corresponds to the color or intensity. In case of color, you will have set of four. Yeah, Mr. Mahadev, yeah, you can say. Hello, are you trying to say something?
By mistake, sir.
Okay, not an issue. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, you see, every pixel, or you can, if you see any digital image, actually it is set of value. Okay. So, in case of placket images, we have values in the range of 0 to 255. Okay, it can vary also, like there are 8-bit images. This is the most common one, 8-bit image. 16-bit, there are different kind of, but this is the most common one. Like it will have intensity value that will define how black or how white. Okay. Similarly, for colored images, we have three basic colors, right, and one alpha, like how transparent it is. And if it is in case of JPG, there is no transparency data. Okay, so red RGB colors will be there, comma green, comma blue. Okay, So if you are going for some enhancement, what happens is that sometimes we convert these into black and white images, that is to intensity values, okay, and then convert it back into colored images, and this is quite possible in case of Python. Okay, it is not that once you convert it into black and white, you cannot convert back into color. In the same program, you can do once you have saved it. Certainly, like putting a colored image only will not give you this. Uh, Importing a black and white image itself will not give you a colored image. Okay, so this is for we can convert it. So moving on to our next question.
So what was the answer, sir? Sorry, we cannot convert or we can convert?
We can convert. We can convert.
Okay.
Since these are values only, we can convert. Since it is separated into 3 different values, and then this whole enhancement process is done, and then the 3 values can be again brought together. Pixel by pixel, they can be brought together, and so it works. Okay. So, what is this code doing? We have test word. Simply, we are creating a function. Okay.
Option yes.
Okay. A, converting lowercase into uppercase, right? So yes, how is it being done?
By using a function, sir, we can call a parameter word parameter, sir.
Hmm.
In function call, we will give the string, sir, joy of computing.
Hmm.
By using for loop, sir, each character we will find if that every character must be greater than equal to A or less than equal to Z, sir.
But we are not using or here. We are just using and.
And sir, yes, sir, both conditions fails means both conditions true means then it will go temp equals to odd of sir. ASCII value of each character, sir.
Okay.
And that it will go minus odd of ASCII value temp, sir. That will show in temp.
And tell me one thing. What if we have some capitals in this input? Like instead of joy of computing, if it was J capital and then joy of computing, like then what would happen?
Sir, then it will happen. Yes, sir.
If J is capital.
Sir, it would throw an error.
Sir, it will take according to the ASCII value character, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I think it will throw an error if capital J is used.
Let's see.
No, sir. No, sir. No, not saying right, sir.
Maybe it will skip that capital letter, sir.
Yes, very good.
For next.
Yes, yes, very good. Because you see here, no else condition given corresponding to line 6. Okay. Corresponding to line 6, there is no else value given here. Okay. So, if it is not in this range, whole thing will be skipped. That word, that letter itself will be skipped. No error. Yes, some cases where we are dealing with integer, float, and these things, numbers, in that it can be an error. Okay. Because when you go further, there is something called error handling, and these things are used to take care of that. But in this case, it will just skip that. Okay. So what we are doing then, we are taking the Unicode value of it, subtracting 32 from it. Okay. Then we are converting it back into this character, and then we are taking it to them. So subtracting 32 will make it capital. Okay, it will make the values as capital, but for the case where we have already capital letters, it will just skip that letter. Okay, clear? Let's see. See, in this case, it is certainly going to give the output. And you see here also, when we have spaces, it is just skipping that space because it is not being considered in 6. Like if we put something like comma, okay, H I am putting capital. Okay, now run this. So can anyone guess what will be the output of this?
It will be
Sir,
I.
Yes.
It will be I caps, then followed by joy of computing.
Yes. And no spaces, no comma. Let's see.
In capital letters, sir. In capital letters.
Yeah, in capital letters. And it will skip the capital one. See, I, joy of computing. H is skipped, comma is skipped. All the spaces are also skipped. Okay. And in case you want that such skipping is not done, what we will have to do is that we will have to put some else statement here, like we can put new underscore word is equal to new underscore
New word plus ch.
yes plus
Word plus ch.
plus j ch yeah
ch.
yeah. Okay, so now if we run this, you will see
Space, sir. Space syntax.
yeah, even space, everything will be there, comma will be there, even if there is capital letters,
Capital
it will
letters.
be there. Yeah, so ideally it should be the complete program, but in this case also the best option is converting lowercase into uppercase letters, right? So say there is an error, uh, but there are different kind of errors. Okay, I think someone said there will be an error. Rarely, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So errors are actually characterized into different types, like syntax error, logical error, runtime error. There are different kind of errors. Okay. So certainly this is not an error that will be shown by the interpreter. Like while running the program, it will not show an error. But since logically it will be wrong. Okay. So you can say it as a logical error. Okay. But in this case, also logic, that is what I am, this is from our perspective. But in case of interpreter, it will not consider it as a logical error. Logical error is when the logic is not complied. Like if this this line 6 have some problems, like logic where true, false, these things are given, or Boolean expressions and all. In that case, it will give error. But here, from a programmer point of view, it is wrong. But for this interpreter, it will work perfectly fine. Okay, it will just skip that word, that letter. Okay, so any other questions you people have?
Question that how it is after subtracting 32, it is going to the upper.
Okay, I think two people are speaking at the same time. Yes, uh, Swapan, you can continue. Yeah, yeah. SR Gaming, you can keep your mic off. Yeah, Swapan, please tell. I was not able to understand your question.
I'm just saying that how you can just repeat that how minus 32 after subtracting it is going to the upper case.
Yeah, you see, if you check the Unicodes, no, there, uh, there we saw like 20, difference of 20 is there when we check the Unicode characters. Okay, in case of if you will have you just surf the internet also, you will find the difference. There are values, like ASCII values, Unicode values are commonly there. Like there will be numbers corresponding to each characters A to Z. So we already know that there is a difference of 32 between capital and small letter. Okay. If you subtract 32, it will become capital letters. From small to capital, capitals come first. Okay. And then if you add 30 to a capital letter, it will become a small letter. There is difference of 32 between uh, small and capital.
Going to the ASCII values or it is going to the Unicode values?
Unicode value. See, since we are using the ORD, right? So ORD is converting it into Unicode, not ASCII.
But sometime ago you have shown that the difference between a capital and small is 20, I think, and how much I can remember.
Yes, you see, those are not the values. Okay, the things that I was showing you, those are not values. Okay? Those are symbols, like how we represent the symbols in case of this. In case of Unicode, like whatever is being shown here, mostly is shown in Unicode when we do this text or word. Those are mostly unique. Okay, so corresponding to every symbol, there is some code, hex code. Let's not go that deep. Hex code is there corresponding to each and every value. So the values that were shown, those are hex values. Okay, so hex values have difference of like 20. Okay, let me open a new here. Okay, see, our numbering system is 0, 1, 2, like we go till 9. So we have 10 characters in our numbering system, correct? But you must have heard about binary system which have 2,
1, yeah.
0 and 1. Okay. Similarly, we have a hexadecimal system which have 0 to 9, 10, and then we have A to F also. Okay. So 10 plus 6. So total there are 16. So actually, when we are writing 20 in hex, it corresponds to 32 in our system, the normal decimal system. Okay, because it will start with 0 to 16 and then again 17 to 32. This will be considered inside 20. Like the difference of 20 actually corresponds to 32 in decimal system.
Okay, so got it.
Okay. That is in hexadecimal. That is why seeing it, you might be getting confused. Like there the difference was shown as 20 and why you are saying it as 32, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shown as 20 there is actually equivalent to 32 in case of decimal system. Any other questions?
In the lecture, that the teacher said there is some program, snake and ladder program. So when I'm trying to run it in my Google Colab, it is showing some error or just not running.
What kind of, can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Just give me some time.
I have a small doubt.
Yes, please.
Will you say DSA, sir? DSA?
What DSC?
DSA, sir. Data structures and algorithms that related to Python.
Yes. So I didn't. Yeah, Swapan, can you stop for 1 minute? Yeah.
Yes, sir. This is the program I have been
Yeah.
written.
Just a minute. Let me complete his query also. Yes, SR Gaming, you can continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, DSA, sir. DSA by using implementing Python, sir. DSA
Yes.
implementing by using.
Yes, DSC in DSC also data science. Actually, Python is one of very common languages, but there are other languages also. Okay, it completely depends on your your choice. but Python is preferred. That is fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tapan, yeah, you can continue.
Yes, sir. This is the program, snake and ladder program, which I got from the lecture.
Mhm.
So we can see the large program.
Mhm.
So when I am trying to run it, there is some error. This is telling something the name, what I'm telling, whatever. So this one is saying press 1 to continue, 0 to quit. So if I will press 0.
Mhm.
So this is the next time, but it is not breaking from the loop.
Press 0 again.
Okay. Another.
Okay, go up and check your program where you are putting this quit thing.
Breaking, I think. Yeah, this one.
No, where you are putting
Sir,
this.
sir, I had a small doubt in this program, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the NDC keyword, sir, keyword should not be used to a variable, sir.
Which one? Q?
And sir, starting
Yeah.
starting of the
And
program.
go above.
Starting of the program, sir, he places the end keyword as a variable.
Yeah, and equals to 100. He is putting something like that, right?
Yes, sir. But we should not use the keyword should not use variable.
Yes, keywords should not be used as this. But
he will
anyway,
use, sir. That will raise an error, sir.
yeah, and I think that is something that might be creating an issue. Can you stop the program once, Swapan? Yeah, you can rename this. Generally, yes, he has pointed out a very valid thing that generally we don't use keywords as variables. That actually rewrite functions, and this happens.
Again,
Yeah, this happens that if you define print equals to some value, and then in the next program, if you try to run print, it will not print. It will give you an error because print has already been changed. Okay, so we should not change this thing. Okay, like end
So
is a
what should I
variable.
have to do?
Yeah, then you can put something and underscore something. Okay, that is fine. But there will. This is not the issue. Can go down a bit slowly. Where you are putting that quit and these things. Continue or quit. Where you are in that thing. Reached. Wait. While one. Okay. Turn. Okay. Go down. Yeah. See here. After this, there should be a break. In this line, press 1 to continue, 0 to quit. Okay. If C is double equals to 0, you are put okay, but there is no like break should be there. Okay, that break is not inside. Go down a bit.
After the C.
No, not after this C. Inside this loop, if C double equals to 0, okay, in this loop there should be something. Here you are missing that. If C quitting the game, thanks for playing. Okay, and then after this line, generating a random number from 1, 2, 3. This thing, no? Before this, there is an else statement. And yeah, can you create a new line there?
After this,
just this line.
print, after printing, quitting the game.
Yeah.
This
Press
one?
enter. Yeah. Put a break here. Break. No. Yeah, break. Okay. And in the next line, you should put else. Else is not there also. I think you have missed it. Yeah. Next line, one backspace and else. Yeah. Colon. Then I think this should work fine. Anyone else who you people can also suggest something.
So I have to change it in the for player 2 also.
Yes. I think you missed this part. There is very part like where if you are just putting if C is equals to 0 and that in that only you are continuing, which is not, which should not be the case. Okay, and you are not taking it. So correct this and it will work. Okay.
Okay, I will try to do. If there is some
Yeah.
error, can I post in the Google Classroom?
Yes, yes, you can do that. Sure.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So I think we can end the class here. Okay. Thank you all. See you all in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.